Fear not, for the Lord has heard your cries and will provide.
The widow who gave her last meal in faith. There was a severe famine in the land. There was no rain. Food was very scarce. God spoke to the prophet Elijah. He said, "Go to the town of Zarephath. I have commanded a widow there to provide food for you." Elijah obeyed God and traveled to the town. When he arrived at the city gate, he saw a widow gathering sticks. She was poor. She was tired. She believed she was preparing her final meal. Elijah called to her and said, "Please bring me a little water in a jar so I may drink." As she went to get the water, Elijah spoke again and said, "Please bring me a piece of bread." The widow stopped. She turned back and said, "As surely as the Lord your God lives, I do not have any bread." She said, "I only have a handful of flour in a jar and a little oil in a jug." She continued, "I am gathering a few sticks to cook one last meal for myself and my son. We will eat it, and then we will die." Elijah looked at her and said, "Do not be afraid." He continued, "Go home and do what you have said. But first make a small loaf of bread for me and bring it to me. After that, make something for yourself and your son." He said, "For this is what the Lord says, the jar of flour will not be used up, and the jug of oil will not run dry until the day the Lord sends rain on the land." The widow had a choice, fear or faith. She went home and did exactly what Elijah said. She made the bread. She gave it away. And from that day on, there was always flour in the jar and oil in the jug, just as the Lord had promised. She gave her last meal in faith, and God provided every day. This story reminds us that faith is trusting God even when what we have feels like our last.